Hello, my loves. Welcome back to Bahati Life YouTube channel. It's your girl, Jessica Alexandria of Bahati Life YouTube, Bahati Life Apothecary. And Franklin is here sniffing the orchid, which has been blooming for quite some time. I've been pretty impressed by the longevity of this orchid. This is like the 5th bloom from the same plant, which if you guys know, getting an orchid to bloom is not impossible, but it does require, it has very specific requirements, is what I will say. And it is an honor to be able to have the presence of this bloom here with us for this reading. So we're going to be tapping into divine masculine energy. If you guys don't know what divine masculine energy is, it can be, well, it's energy, masculine energy from the divine. But the way that it shows up and the way that you interpret this reading is for you to decide and for you to use your discernment. So this could be divine masculine energy within yourself, meaning how divine masculine energy is showing up within you. Or this could represent an actual divine masculine that is separate and usually masculine within yourself and masculine from an outside entity, an outside person can mirror greatly. So basically, we're just gonna tap into these energies and see what divine masculine has been up to within yourself. And also, if this is an outside individual person, then we're just gonna tap into that. So what I want you to do is ground yourself. If you can, sit down on the earth or sit down on the ground as I am. It helps us to connect with energy. Also, it helps you to ground yourself and stabilize yourself as you're receiving a spiritual reading, which I highly recommend. I'm going to go ahead and set a prayer and intention for this reading. Divine energy, I thank you so much for this time, this moment, here, now, presently, with the people who I'm connecting with today, at this time. I thank you for this moment. I thank you for your presence. I call on you for clarity. I call on you for vision. I call on you for prophecies and the insight, the vision to see what divine masculine's energy has been like lately, what it's been looking like, what it's been feeling like overall. Talk to me through the tarot so that I can use my gifts to deliver those messages over to the viewer today in regards to what has been going on with divine masculine energy. What is their truth? Help me to see, while also simultaneously protecting me and protect the viewer so that they're able to see. Interesting. And know what messages are for them and where these messages apply. Guys, from the highest lights of the universe, my intention is not to harm anyone, but to give greater insight so that the viewer can take this information and do with it what they will. Protect the viewer. Give them strength, give them power, give them hope, give them love, give them peace. And let this reading provide for them the clarity and the path so that they can get to that destination, that successful destination that they've set their mind, their hope, their heart on, and the destination that you see for them. Spirit, I'm hearing this word harboring or a harbor. So it's kind of giving me like a port, a spot, like a portal where I'm hearing of return. So somewhere someone returns back to, but it's like not for long. I'm hearing the word hope, something that divine feminine or the other or you are hoping, you're waiting. Six of Cups. Spirit, speak to me what this message is about. I'm returning to the port. I'm returning back to the port. I'm hearing like the bells. It's giving me like Boston vibes. I'm also hearing like seagulls. I could smell like the sea. It's not, I live in Florida right now. It's not like Florida. This is, what's Divine Masculine been up to? I'm hearing hope deferred makes the heart sick. Divine Masculine doesn't want to talk. There's this energy right now that I'm picking up on that they don't want to talk. Like there's this message right now of, it's like not taking it personally, but they're in their zone of what they want, of what they're working on or what they're trying to accomplish. When they return or when it comes back or when they're home or when they see you, then they'll talk about everything. But after a period of rest, I feel like Divine Masculine energy is showing up in a space where they go away or they go out I'm hearing like deliver the goods. So they might be, this is giving me like merchant vibes. So someone going out and traversing and being out there, doing their work, doing their I don't even say it's like purpose, but doing what they're committed to doing when it comes to their work. Spirit is saying to a great avail, like there's something about like the amount of effort and concentration when Divine Masculine is out on the water. They are not thinking about anything that goes on in the home base. All feelings of emotions are left on the shore. So when they're out and in the beyond, they're taking care of what they need to take care of out there. There is a huge separation between emotions and work. And this has everything to do with their drive, their ambition. They simply do not bring in the two of those things at the same time. When there is the return back to the home base, there is a period of rest, and then their brain starts to tap into more emotions, more feelings, and those types of things. But there is a lapse. So if you're waiting for Divine Masculine, you're going to be waiting for a long time because they are focused, they are ambitious, they are driven, they are not thinking about the heart like in that way. Don't take offense to that. You may, if this is a Divine Masculine that you have a relationship with or that you're talking to, and I'll also then go into Divine Masculine within yourself. But if this is a relationship, someone that you're talking to, I'm not saying for you not to take offense to this, especially if you want something more, I guess, from the connection. But this is just to explain how their brain is working, how their mind is working, how their energy is working. They're not thinking about anything other than their ambition and their work when they're not, like when they're at work or when they're out. If this is Divine Masculine within yourself, this is you, again, detaching from your emotions in order to focus on your ambitions, in order to focus on your purpose, and to really separate, I'm hearing like church from state, like what you believe versus and your core values. Nova, no. She's trained so well. It's actually remarkable. Like, it's beyond. Anyways, she's in her crate. She's not allowed to leave her crate right now. So funny. And like the door is wide open and she's just like, I can't leave. So she's like sad about it. But if this is your Divine Masculine within yourself, it's like you separating your core value beliefs from what you have to do, what you have to take care of, like the law. I'm also looking at the Hierophant here. We also have the World card. We also have 5 of Swords. And what you can't see is the Queen of Wands and the Queen of Swords are the first ones to jump out, and the 6 of Cups and Temperance reverse. These are things like these separate energies working within divine masculine or divine masculine within yourself that are very separate. Queen of Swords is known for doing what is logically what she's responsible for. She's not going to allow her emotions to impede her on what her purpose is, or how she's directing things, or how she's deliberating, or how she's debating things. She doesn't allow her emotions to mix and mold into, or to mix into what needs to be done. Queen of Wands has the energy, the drive, the ambition in order to do what needs to be done. When you come home, or when it's the right time and it's the correct space, then things will soften up and become more emotional and become more nostalgic, or become more soft. But for right now, divine masculine within you, or divine masculine outside, is focusing on what needs to be done when it comes to ambition, when it comes to drive, when it comes to focus. And it's impossible for those two worlds to merge. If you're disappointed and frustrated that you're not getting a softer side from divine masculine, or that you have to show up as a more emotionally detached side within yourself, toss that into the ocean. Let that go for now. Spirit, talk to me about divine masculine, especially that Queen of Wands and that Queen of Swords. I keep hearing harbor, like at the harbor. Page of Cups just jumped out, right? We have the Fool card. We also, Queen of Swords again. Queen of Swords just jumped out. And Page of Cups and the Fool card. I'm hearing a recipe for a recipe, following this is so specific. Following instructions in a recipe for a fresh start. Divine masculine might actually be learning how to cook. That's very specific. Or cooking better, or there's something about the diet, the lifestyle, and them being able to do it for themselves. That's really specific. They're learning how to do that. They're following instructions. Very specific message there. There's also this message about like them feeling like a chef. It's so funny. It's like getting one of those food boxes and like following the instructions, and now all of a sudden you're cocky and you believe like you're a chef now, when really you just were like following instructions. Don't allow me to kill your joy. I think that that's amazing. As a Virgo, I do have a tendency to diminish like a joyful moment by just my reasoning and my logic. But yeah, that's kind of what this is giving me right now. So divine masculine is learning how to cook and feels like a chef right now. Shout out to you. I'm gonna take a sip of my coffee on that one. Guys, check out this mug. Isn't this cute? It has Bahati Life branding on it. Okay, that was really specific. What else? I'm getting this really strong message that divine masculine doesn't want to take on any additional responsibilities. So if you're, wow, the Empress card, if you're thinking about taking, like, if feminine energy is wanting like a child, a dog, a fish, more plants, anything that's going to put more responsibilities onto the plate, divine masculine has no desire to do that. If this is divine masculine within yourself, you're going to have to put off something that you want to take on, that you're going to want to take care of and feed into, just because divine masculine's logic is saying that we can't afford to take care of something else right now. We have enough on our plates. It doesn't have to be financial affording. It could just be energy. Five of Swords. Divine masculine is very stubborn in this way of thinking. I'm not going to take on any more responsibilities than I've already taken on. There's a part of you that wants to nurture. I just heard nurture and divine masculine like barked it at me. It's like destroy. So divine masculine feels like this could destroy something great, and they're literally locked and loaded in this mindset. When you or divine feminine was saying, I want to nurture something, I want to give to something, divine masculine is adamant and barked and said, no, it's going to destroy. Like, it's going to destroy. You want to nurture, this will destroy. So divine masculine has their mind set on where we're going. Divine masculine is like, it's my responsibility to get us or to get me from point A to point B, and then from B to C to D to E to F. They're literally thinking about the long haul. They're not trying to think about taking on more things. I don't know why I'm getting like a merchant ship. Divine masculine might be traveling a lot lately. Ace of Cups. There might be a pregnancy here. There might be something that is being born in, or feminine is bringing in to the relationship or bringing into this connection, something that literally I just am getting this strong feeling that divine masculine is like, we cannot take on this. Like, yeah, it could be but divine masculine always thinks that. It's like, okay, let me try and like articulate this, because I don't know how to articulate it. Okay, it is a blessing. Don't get me wrong. And I'm not choosing sides, you guys. I'm not. I'm just speaking from divine masculine perspective right now. If there's a new thing that's being ushered into life, it is a blessing, but divine masculine feels like this could impede what we're building, what we're establishing, what we're growing here. If this is not divine masculine, if this is divine masculine that you haven't connected with yet, they are not I don't want to say that they're not emotionally available, but they're not as emotionally available for expansion. Although they see it as a good thing, they're just very focused. They have I'm hearing a primary goal that they want to achieve, that they want to accomplish. So they're not interested in taking on. Okay, so divine feminine energy, you can work with this energy. Sorry, I feel like your witchy best friend that it's like, should I even say these things? But we're here. You can work with this energy. You can soften it up by doing like a honey jar, specifically honey. It's not going to be fast, but this is actually good, because if it's too fast for divine masculine, he'll shut it down. His energy is 5 of Swords. He keeps showing up as 5 of Swords, and also the Hierophant and Queen of Swords. So you can actually soften the divine masculine down using a honey jar. If you guys don't know how to do a honey jar, just do a quick Google of it. Maybe one day I'll do a video using my special practice, but for the sake of efficiency and you being able to work your magic now, especially under the light of this dimming full moon, because the full moon was last night, which, oh my god, so freaking powerful. We did the cord cutting ritual, man, which is so funny because Queen of Swords is here. Anyways, yeah, so you can work with this energy and soften divine masculine down over time, and he will eventually begin to soften. And this is not something that you want to force or try to reason with divine masculine, because there's no reasoning. It's something that you are going to have to work your magic quietly, privately, in order to help him to be a little bit more open and flexible and fluid with the idea of taking on something new, whether it be a dog, whether it be a plant, whether it be a child, whether it be a relationship. If this is divine masculine within yourself, I see you sweetening up, using a honey jar in order to sweeten up circumstances so that opportunities start to show up. Again, not quickly, but over time. Just really sweetening up the situation, the circumstances around you is going to be beneficial for you. If this is someone that you do not have connection with, that you do not have communication with, I do not see, there's an openness to it, but it's not urgent. There's not an openness for divine masculine to reach out to someone if you guys are in separation. And creating a honey jar is going to help to sweeten this up. But again, I don't feel like it's going to be something that's overnight. Or if it is something that they feel like they're like a need to respond, it feels very like methodical. It doesn't feel like, let's say the full moon triggers them to reach out to you if you're in separation. This feels like very light and not fully committed. I'm going to put these cards away because they spoke. Spirit, talk to me more about divine masculine. I just heard like volunteer activity. Divine masculine might be considering doing something within like volunteering, charity work. giving back to the community in some way. It's actually coming from a good place. I'm surprised to hear that. It's actually coming from a good place. Sometimes people do things like that with a ulterior motive, but I actually feel like they're giving back, and it doesn't seem very long. It feels like a week or weekend where they just kind of give back, or they're offering something, they're volunteering something. They could be volunteering to be a coach, they could be volunteering to clean the beach. Like, it's something that they're, Divine Masculine is in a pretty good space right now. It seems like they have a good head on their shoulders, which is bananas considering what the last few weeks were looking like. I'm also seeing some movie time, someone watching movies or sports, something that has them glued to the TV like for a long period of time. I say movie because that's, if I was watching a movie, yeah, King of Swords. If I was watching a movie, that's how long I would sit. But something has them glued to the TV, and maybe now that I'm thinking about it, it could be sports, some type of competition. Speak to me about Divine Masculine. Their energy is very clocked off. Divine Masculine is, I don't say preserving their peace, but they're in their own little bubble. They might not be answering their phone very quickly. Something about them is inaccessible, like you don't have access to them. Good. I don't know why. I just feel like if I was their mother, I would be like, good. Keep it that way for now. Some of you guys, Divine Feminine, if this is an outside person, you might be offended by the disconnection that you feel. Yeah, Seven of Wands. Just give this person space, please. Just give them space. It's not going to last very long. Give them the space. Don't try and fight into this. Don't. As your astrological and intuitive best friend, just, yeah, it'll be fine. Judgment card, Six of Wands, they'll come around. If this is Divine Masculine within yourself, there's a part of you that really needs to disconnect from, I don't say friendships, but relationships. It feels very focused. It feels very like if you're putting a bet on something, like even the things that you do that are for fun, they have a reason. Like there's, let's say you are putting a bet on let's say you have like, you put like $150 into stocks or something. It's like, that's entertaining for you. It's fun for you. It's not like work, but you're getting something out of it. Everything has a strategy to it, like a strategic plan. If you're reading, it doesn't feel like it's for joy or pleasure. It's more for knowledge. If you're watching something, it's because you have a bet connected to it. Like everything that you're doing for fun has some type of gain to it, or everything that you agree to do has a gain. It's not, yeah, wow. Divine Masculine, Three of Cups, reversed, and Ace of Swords. This is exactly what I'm saying. You're cutting out doing things for the joy and the pleasure of doing them. So maybe like not drinking as much. If this was during the summertime or during spring or winter and, you know, Divine Masculine was out partying, now all of a sudden Divine Masculine is cutting that out and they're hitting the bricks or building with bricks is what I'm hearing. Like they're building something up. I can actually relate to this. Now it's like my joy, my things that I'm doing for fun are for the sole purpose of learning, growing. So this makes sense to me, the Divine Masculine within myself. And it's not that I'm not having fun. I am having fun. It's just I'm learning and I have a lot invested. So it's like I don't have time to entertain, you know. I get it, Divine Masculine. Yeah, Hierophant. This is the foundation. It's a lot to learn, a lot to gain, a lot to do. So it's just like give Divine Masculine or give the Divine Masculine within yourself the space to do this. Okay, let's talk about relationships because a lot of you guys are here to talk about relationships. I recognize that. I'm not naive to that. This freaking fly, I'm about to punch you right in the throat, bruh. I don't even know how they get in. Like, how do you do this? All right, talk to talk to us about divine masculine in a relationship and connections. I mean, clearly we know what we've got going on, but now when it talks about the other, let's talk about that, shall we? Queen of Swords reversed and 10 of Cups. It's like I'm in my happy place. That's so funny. So weird. It's funny that I said that because I feel like divine... Whoa! Sorry, guys. I'm sorry. It's funny that I said that because the Three of Swords just jumped out, but I was about to say, like, divine masculine is like, don't be weird. Divine masculine is not not connected to their feelings and their emotions right now. They're completely separated from their emotions. Something about like watching a storm come in, it's like everyone goes inside the house and they close the door and they wait for the storm to pass. So if there's any type of tension, divine masculine has got, yeah, Judgment card reversed and the Eight of Wands or Eight of Swords reversed. They're not trying to see something. They're waiting for the storm to pass. They're waiting for any tension or cloudiness to lift. They don't want to deal with something. They don't want to deal with something. Something needs a resolution or something. I'm going to turn this a little bit. I'm working on a basket right now. Something needs a resolution, and divine masculine has no desire to bring that resolution to a head. They would rather, kind of like an ostrich, kind of put their head in the sand and wait for it to pass. It's just not, it's not how it's going to resolve itself. Sorry, buddy. Yeah, they just don't want to see something. They don't want to address something. They don't want to hear it. I almost want to say that they don't want to take accountability for something because they actually don't feel like they're in the wrong. Why does divine masculine always feel like they're in trouble? Like, have you noticed that? Like, it's like they're always in trouble, or they're always... Page of Wands. They don't want to take accountability or responsibility for something. It's something about these mountains in the past. It's like the things that they've done, the things that they built, the things that they... I don't know why I'm getting this message of like leaving divine masculine alone and coming back and then seeing what they've created, and you're just like, why would you fucking do that? Like, why? You just made things so much harder. And it's just like they just had like extra energy. Like they just it's like leaving a child at home. Not to say that divine masculine is childish, I'm like, forgive me, but this is just a metaphor that Spirit is showing me. It's like leaving a child at home or walking out of the room, and somehow the child then got themselves stuck in like the cell phone cord, and the Legos are pushed in the nose, and like the plant is knocked over and upside down, but then there's like a blanket. It's like what were you, when you did this, like what were you thinking? Like why did you, now you've made a mess. Now it's like, and the divine masculine is like, this is my creation, this is what I created. And it's just like, I can't even see that because like, what is this? Like, that's like, logically, I'm like, my energy right now is like, I'm baffled. I'm like, what were you thinking? Is kind of like, what? I don't even have the words. Like, it's just, okay. Let me flip these cards over really quickly because this energy is very specific. You know what I'm hearing? Wow, guys, this is the second week that I'm getting a vision of like cotton being pushed into the nose, cotton being pushed into the ears, cotton being pushed into the mouth. It's like Spirit is showing me this for what I understand so far. It's like something that they're stuffing themselves so that they don't have to say it, so they don't have to speak it, so that they don't have to hear it. It's like muffled. Because I don't feel like they're ready to deal with. Divine masculine doesn't realize it, but they're hiding away from being a disappointment. Damn. They almost do things, okay, consistently. Like they do things kind of consistently. I just lost it. Damn. I don't say it's self-sabotage, but they're just like, they're consistently doing things the way that but it doesn't serve like a greater purpose. So it's like, if you're so dead set on being successful and like where this is going or where you're going, then why would you do this? It doesn't make sense. Like the math doesn't add up. And then it's like divine feminine is like, why would you fucking do that? Like, there's just like huge disconnection between divine masculine and divine feminine, where you're just like scratching your head like, what? And divine feminine's like, now I gotta like not tolerate, but like, yeah. Divine feminine, hands off. This energy is so, I'm sorry, this energy is so specific. It's actually kind of making me laugh. I'm really happy I'm not in a relationship right now looking at these looking at these cards. Two of Pentacles. I'm sorry guys, I'm trying not to crack up right now because what the divine is showing me and what divine masculine is showing me is just so bonkers. So you have Two of Pentacles energy here, right? And Queen of Swords. It's like divine masculine's like do. Oh my god, look at the Death card. Divine masculine's like do, like doing like this, like something that makes sense to them, like they're in their own world. And then it's like they're kind of like looking over, because it's like when divine feminine sees it, then I'm gonna get in trouble. And they're not doing anything bad, so to speak, but it's just like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, like what are you, what? Like, it's just so weird. It's like, to me, I am watching this from divine feminine perspective right now, and I'm just like, what the fuck is this? It's like walking in like, okay. And then you have Page of Pentacles reverse and Four of Pentacles. It's like, now you just kind of like, so what you're telling me is like, you thought it would make sense to use the paper towels in order to make this with this, but we can't use those paper towels. You just wasted all those paper towels, and now we're gonna throw this away, and you want me to be excited because you built a paper towel toilet. It's like something like, what? And divine masculine's like, see, this is why I didn't want to show you. Like, I'm sorry, I don't mean to laugh, but this is so funny. It's so funny. Franklin's like, I'm gonna head out. Like, who makes a paper towel toilet? I just don't get it. And this is a metaphor, but it just don't make sense. And like, do you see how it's like different? And divine masculine is like, I made a toilet out of paper towels. Like, who can do that? It's like, yeah, but why would you do that? It just doesn't make sense. It doesn't. And now we have a mess. And like, the money that we saved to buy the paper towels are expensive. You bought it. You made a toilet with them. Come on. But like, divine masculine, do you? You know, at the end of the day, like, do you, divine masculine? Like, I get it. You just, it's like you had all this energy and you did that with it. So okay, I get it. Okay, center of this reading, we have Two of Swords reversed. I can't with this reading right now, yo. Okay, Two of Swords reversed and the Star card. Yeah. There's something divine masculine just does not want to see, just blocking it out, doesn't want to show divine feminine, just is like separate. These things are very separate. This is why divine masculine probably is not coming back, because it's just like, you're not going to get it. And you're probably right. You're probably right. King of Swords upright with Knight of Cups reversed in the position of the past. It's just, divine masculine is in his own little world, doing his own little things, doing what logically makes sense to him, for good or for great or for evil. It doesn't matter. Divine feminine, you're not going to get it. So having said that, don't even try to freaking get it. Just kind of hands off. Let divine masculine do what he or she is going to do. Because they just got their own thing going on. Pray over it. Do a honey jar, for real, because trying to get involved in this doesn't make any sense. Yeah, the Chariot card reverse and Page of Cups reverse at the very base of this reading. It's like any conversation or any ability to like carry things forward, it's going to derail. Just accept the differences and the thinking and different ways of approaching things. It's going to save you a whole lot of headache in trying to figure out why, you know what I mean? And if you're divine feminine, or if your divine masculine is working with someone else's divine masculine, then it's like you guys are not going to be able to see eye to eye on certain things, because it's just like, it's like you guys have the same goal, but there's certain things that happened in order to get to the goal that you guys wouldn't do them the same. So just don't fight over it. It's not worth it. Yeah, Ace of Cups and the Wheel of Fortune upright. And then we also have 10 of Cups and the Queen of Pentacles reversed. Both those cards are reversed. This is advice. I just feel like, talk to me about advice. This is going to be successful as long as you're not trying to fight with Divine Masculine or pull Divine Masculine into doing something that they don't want to do. Because they're building paper towel toilets. Like, yeah, it's just better. Temperance card and the Judgment card. Just, they're going to have to now get their own paper towels so that they're not taking away from your paper towels. Or maybe, I don't know. Oh God. Yeah. 5 of Pentacles and the Tower card reversed. And then in the near future. This is why I'm saying Divine Feminine. Hands off. Let them deal with their own punishment. So going back to this paper towel toilet metaphor. And you guys are probably like, what the fuck is she talking about? But talk to Divine Masculine because this is what they are doing. But let's say this Divine Masculine is working on a quote-unquote paper towel toilet. So now we don't have any more paper towels. So instead of you being upset when homie needs to wipe his hands off after he's done doing the dishes, I don't know, and he has nothing to wipe his hands on and he wishes that there was a paper towel, he's going to have to live with the fact that you're going to now have to figure that out. So Divine Feminine, don't tap into or spill over into Divine Masculine in order to fix something that they've created. They need to figure it out. If Divine Feminine starts turning into more Divine Masculine, then we're going to start to see a little bit of imbalance here, simply because Divine Feminine and Divine Masculine are thinking about things very differently. The approach to things is different. The logic behind things is very different. You're not going to be able to understand each other. Divine Masculine wants some type of recognition and acknowledgement for what it is that they're doing, but what exactly is it that they're doing? Divine Feminine's like, okay, yay, congratulations, you did it. Like, and he's gonna sense the fakeness in that. So then he's gonna be like, well, that's why I don't want to show you. So it's just like, I don't want to say a losing game because it's not that, but just Divine Feminine, go make yourself busy elsewhere while Divine Masculine makes a paper towel toilet. So stupid. I hope this reading makes sense, you guys, because it doesn't make, I'm mostly Divine Feminine usually in my personal life. Like, I show up as more submissive in my personal life. In my business, I'm very assertive. I show up more as masculine. So because I'm doing this reading with you guys right now, I can only really see this from Divine Feminine perspective right now. I can see it, I can apply it in my business for like a separate project thing that it is that I'm working on. I could see how this would show up. Good to know. So to move forward, the outcome, we have the 9 of Wands and the 2 of Cups reverse. This is just Spirit saying you guys are not going to be able to see eye to eye on certain things. Especially when it comes to communication, especially when it comes to expectations, when it comes to taking accountability. I'm not saying that Divine Feminine at any point should take less than what it is that they deserve, but just realize the monkey that you're working with, you know what I mean? Like the demon, I didn't want to call it demon, so I'm just calling it the monkey, like you know, the energy, just realize the beast that is that you're working with, and you will be less likely to be frustrated by it. Also, I would definitely pin this reading and revisit it 2 weeks from now, because I think it'll make a lot of sense. It's just, what the heck? It's just a common tale of Divine Feminine and Divine Masculine just not seeing eye to eye. And there are some things that you're just not going to agree on, and just don't allow it to impede. If there's an expectation that you want from Divine Masculine that you haven't talked to, I wouldn't expect too much from Divine Masculine this week. Clearly they're busy. And if that's the case, Divine Feminine, I see you pouring into yourself, especially with the Ace of Cups and the Wheel of Fortune showing up, right? My concern is Divine Feminine overcompensating for what she feels Divine Masculine lacks. And then you're going to have a bigger issue, not only for you, but also for Divine Masculine, the other person. So just give space. Like, you know, like, you go do you. go ahead and make the paper towel toilet, but when you're done, I need you to buy like the $20 that you pissed away on paper towels. And no, I'm not cutting a coupon for you, and no, I'm not helping you go get it, and no, I'm not picking it up from the grocery store. It's your responsibility to replace that. I'm not mad. I think it is an amazing. If someone showed up to me with a paper that they said that they made a toilet out of paper towels, am I going to be impressed? Yeah, that's pretty fucking impressive. So maybe just leave it at that. I don't know. Guys, I don't know. That's not something that I would do. I got other shit to do. Like, I'm not trying to craft something out of, I don't know. Yeah, okay, Spirit, talk to me one last message before we close this out. This reading is cray. Guys, you have to let me know if this makes sense or if this resonates, because, girl. I don't know why Spirit is showing me Divine focusing on their hair, doing something with their hair. Just a lot of random things. Divine Masculine's mind is in a whole other place. Like, just, like, good for you, actually. It is kind of good. I'm also seeing, like, juicing. I don't know why we're going back to the chef thing. Like, just being silly. I do see sports, like, a lot of sports, getting engaged in sports. This is going to help a lot when it comes to, I just heard mental fatigue. Mental fatigue. At the base of this reading, we have 10 of Cups and King of Wands. So something about getting physically active too is really good for Divine Masculine right now. But again, let them figure that out for themselves. Or if you do, drop hints. Divine Masculine is going to be dealing with a lot of mental fatigue that can start going into physical fatigue, emotional fatigue. So just FYI. Yep. Emperor at the end of this reading. King of Swords reversed. Guys, I just see like a honey jar here. I really do. Just working your magic subtly. What else do we have? Yeah, 8 of Swords upright and 10 of Swords reversed. Something is just really... This is bringing me back to accountability, something that they don't want to see. Judgment card reversed and the 7 of Wands keeps showing up. There's something that happened in the past that they don't want to see. They don't want to take accountability for. They don't want to recognize it. They don't want to deal with it. Divine Feminine, you cannot force them to do that. It's just, there's no way. Yeah, 2 of Swords is showing up. It's completely blocked. Magician card upright. I'm also feeling like they're dealing with it in their own way, but it's very passive, and it'll show up in subtle ways that I want you guys to be very aware of. Do not allow yourself to be an innocent bystander and them not processing their feelings or their frustrations. For example, if they're frustrated because work isn't happening, that does not give them permission to take it out on you. But at the same time, Divine Feminine, don't get frustrated because they're working on things that don't even logically make sense. That's just how they're kind of like... Yeah, Divine Masculine is worrying. This is exactly what I said earlier. They're concerned about like being a disappointment. 5 of Pentacles reversed and Ace of Pentacles reversed. They just feel like they're a disappointment, so they're not even showing up as their full self, and that's why they're crafting paper towels. Yeah, Tower card reversed and 10 of Pentacles. There's like this feeling of, it's like a disappointment. They're battling this feeling of great disappointment, being a disappointment to the family, being a disappointment to you, being a disappointment to themselves, not living up to their fullest potential. What does that even... And then you would think like, okay, if you're feeling this way, then why don't you do this? And then you even saying that is going to make them fucking flip out. So don't say anything, Divine Feminine. Let them figure this out all by themselves. I promise you. That's going to be the hardest thing for you to do. Devil card reversed and the Wheel of Fortune is letting fate play out because you want to help out. They got to figure it out for themselves. Yes, King of Pentacles upright, 8 of Pentacles reversed. They'll figure it out, and you know how they're going to figure it out? When things aren't working. And Divine Feminine typically has an amazing way of figuring shit out. But they're disillusioned. As long as you know what you're working with, the beast that you're working with, then you should be good. Wow. So, that was great. Cool. Awkward. I'm just kidding. So that was the reading for Divine Masculine. I literally love you guys so much. You're so random. I love doing these readings because it helps me see where Divine Masculine it would be coming from and what energy they're dealing with. Okay, one last thing. If Divine Masculine could say anything to you right now, what would it be? Oh, I just heard something. I just heard I'm not enough. They have this feeling that they would never admit it. Or if they do admit it, it's in a roundabout way. There's this feeling of like not being enough right now. I think it has to do with, and this is probably why they're so focused, and this is also why they need distractions. Because to actually see and face something that they don't want to see and face is really, that fly, man. I'm going to let him live for now. He's like flying around my camera. I'm going to open the door and see if he goes out. But that's the risk with trying to open the door. Like if you open the door and let the fly out, is he gonna call in all of his friends or all of her friends and they're all gonna come in and just like have a party in your kitchen? Like that's what we're not gonna have. Yeah, Five of Pentacles. I'm telling you guys, it's this feeling of I am not enough. I'm not enough. What they're contributing. I'm also getting this vibe that like Divine Masculine is like not taking total accountability. They're kind of like, well, there's nothing out there. There's like, blah, blah, blah. It's like this lash out. And it's just like, calm down. Calm down. Yep, see? Emperor and the Knight of Swords. That's exactly what it is that I'm saying. It's like, bleh! Like this verbal, bleh. There's nothing out there. I've been trying. It's like he's showing up as like a, just give him space. Yeah, if this is someone that you want to have a relationship with or you're in a relationship with, there is the potential to collaborate, but they're thinking about other collaborations first because a part of them feels like, yep, Eight of Wands, Star card, insignificant. Something is coming in. Messages are coming in. They just need to get themselves sorted first. And there's a lot of distractions. Everything else seems to come first and foremost as a priority, only because they don't want to deal with the hard stuff right now. Or they need a break from it. Yeah, Queen of Wands and Four of Pentacles. What is the Queen of Wands here? Talk to me about the Queen of Wands, please. King of Cups. Do you guys have solar panels on your house? Is that like smart? If you guys have solar panels on your house, let me know if it's worth it. I don't know why that popped into my head just now. It's not even something that I've considered yet, but full card. Eight of Swords. Yeah, this is a lot of anxiety. Lots of thoughts in the head, thinking, especially when it comes to taking more on. Oh, goodness. Divine Masculine might be having a difficult time sleeping, clearly, with Nine of Swords. That's always kind of the case, or usually the case. Or they're sleeping during the day. Like, Divine Masculine needs to just focus on them, you know, whatever that looks like. And they'll come to their own senses. And Divine Feminine, if you want to work your magic in order to help them to come to that, soften them up a bit, yeah, help them to move forward with mental clarity, pull them out of this mental anguish. The best and only way to do that is through magic and intention or prayer. That's the only way, because this is going to be like an intervention. They are really not seeing something that they, yep, Ten of Wands. And they need to feel like they're able to do it. Like they need to feel like they're capable of seeing and feeling, you know? So I would just say that this, if you're going to work magic, I would say that you would sweeten them up to, and it's not that they don't want, it's just they don't feel like they're capable. That's a difference. It's not that they don't want it. They just feel like they're not capable. They feel like they're not ready. They feel like they can't. So there's also this message too about Divine Masculine, like the decision, how they make decisions, they pull away, fully away from whatever it is that they're facing, in order to face it. I don't get it, but that's what the cards are showing me. That's what energy is showing me. I don't understand. If I have to make a decision, I sit with it. I sit with my intuition with it, my feelings. Divine Masculine is not that way. Divine Masculine completely disconnects in order to eventually clear up and connect. I don't fully understand it, but that's just how it's coming through. All right, guys, I'm sending you all of my love. Please let me know down in the comments, because this reading was, you took me, like, you just, we went on a journey together. So I hope that you guys are well. I'm sending you guys all my love. Please save this video and come back to it in like 2 weeks, I'm telling you, or like a week and a half, because I feel like it will apply. And I will see you guys in the next video. So make sure you're subscribed to this YouTube channel, because there's plenty more videos where this came from. I'll see you in my next one. Bye.